Hello everyone, I am Sekandar Aburaki from Tutor24. Today in our TypeScript video tutorial series, I am going to discuss about something called array, enum, and interface. So I am opening my project with Git bash window, and I have app.ts, index.html, and style CSS files here. And I am starting the project. tsc start.ts and -w. I am using Visual Studio Code as a code editor here, and I'm keeping this browser side by side along with the editor. Okay, so app.ts is empty here. The first thing I'm going to show is array. So array. So I can write var my array 1 of type string is equal to, I can give the values like Sikandar and Rakib and John Doe. This is one of the way of writing the array in TypeScript. There is another way. We can write copying but to array angular bracket, and within that angular bracket we can write the array type like string, and we can assign the value as before. So I can console log out in every case. Console log my array uh, one, and as usual here my array 2. So it is compiling automatically as it is finding the changes within the app.ts file. So if I refresh and open the console log, so here I am getting the same array but to different presentation. And the same way I can write a number array 3 3 array 4, my array 4, and here I can write 100 200, 300, and this is the magic of TypeScript, that as I am declaring it here string, so I cannot assign the number values. So if I would like to assign the number values, I need to change the array type. So now I can assign it here, and same will go here. And again, as I am giving here the array type as number, so this variable will not allow me to assign the string values here. So I need to change it here also, like 50, 60, 70. So I can refresh. So I'm getting this number my array 3, the values here, and my array 4 values here. So this is the way that we can represent our string, number, or other type of arrays in TypeScript. The next thing that I am going to show is Enum. So when we need to specify some constants, then we use Enum. My data or my Enum, I can write my data 1, and I can write some constants here, like pi, 3.14, and exponential value 2.73, and square root of 2 is equal to 1.414, and square root of 3 is equal to 1.7. And we can use this by console out this console log. I can remark it. Console log my data 1 dot pi, and I'm getting the value. Similarly, any other value I can get from here, the exponential value. Okay, and another example I'm giving, that is to copy it and remarking it. Okay, now instead of using this data, I can use like any values like a, comma b, comma c, and here okay, my data 1 will be okay. And if I console out here b and c, so we can get the value 0, 1, 2. It happens when we declare any constant here and we don't initialize its value, it starts with 0. But if I assign here the value with anything I like for example 3, and here I can assign the value in the constants. Then what will happen? So it will A will have the value of 3 as what I am assigning here, but the B and C will follow just the above value. That means 3 plus 1, 1 will be incremented here, will be 4, and then C will follow B's value. That means 4 plus 1, 5. So it will go on in this way. So if I for example, if I give the value here as 8, so the following value will be 9. So this is the thing. Or if I don't initialize the any value here, and if I the value here, give the value here 8, then what will happen? 8, A will be 8, B will be 9, and C will be 10. This is one thing. Another thing, if I want to uh, reinitialize any value here, like A is equal to uh, 10, so it will not, TypeScript not allow me to do that, because what it is saying, cannot assign to A because it is a constant or read-only property. So we can assign the value into the declaration here, and later on we cannot reassign the value because it is used only for constants. So the value will not be changed. So this thing we'll have to keep in our mind. So this is the another way of using enumeration values. Basically we use it to store our constants in one place, and this very useful tools of Java, TypeScript. And if you have worked with Angular JS or Angular 2, especially Angular 2, you probably know that there also we use TypeScript, and there we use Enum and other things of TypeScript that we are discussing. Okay, now I'm going to discuss another thing, that is interface. So interface. So how we can write the interface and where we can apply this interface. Uh, interface we can write like this way, interface by the interface keyword, and for example I'm writing person, and here I can define the properties. For example, first name, and its type string, and last name type string also, and we can write age with this optional parameter number, and we can use this interface in different places. First of all, I am going to use this interface to create a very simple object. I'm writing var my object is equal to uh, uh, not only creating the object, I am mentioning the type of this object, person, and the interface that I created I am mentioning here as a type of this object, and I am going to uh, give the property values here. Hmm. Rakib and Sikandar as a first name, and Rakib. So what could I do without mentioning the type of this object? I could write simply var my object is equal to curly brace first name and Sikandar last name Rakib. That is the usual way uh, by which we can mention an object. But here the special thing in TypeScript, we can mention the type of this object, and in that case we cannot assign other type of values, like as I am mentioning it here, first name is of string type. So if I go to write here like 123, it will not allow me to do that because it is telling that first name is of string type, so I cannot assign the number value here. And I can console.log console out here. My object, and this is the object. So one thing I would like to notice here, here I used a question mark. It stands for optional values, like if I need I can use the age, if I don't need I need not to mention it here. If I mention it here, for example age uh, like 35, then it will come age is 35, so it is optional. So if I don't use it, no problem. Okay, so we have learned the way of writing interface and optional values here also. Then if I want to write an array object, then I can write var for example employees, and I would like to mention here as a array type, because this array objects will be a combination of few objects. That means this array will hold few objects. That means employees will have different employees. Employees array will have different employee objects. I'm declaring it here, and usually we do employees dot push method uh, and also one more value. I'm changing John Doe, and I want to console out employees. So let us see what happens. So it is giving two objects, John Doe and uh, another two objects. Okay, object one, Sikandar and John Doe. Okay, now if I want to iterate this, so object, add object. So what I'll do for doing that, I need to use var employee. If you have seen some of my Angular 2 videos, you might be noticed that I exactly use this type of coding there in the TypeScript file for Angular 2 project. Employee var employee of employees, and console log employee dot first name, employee dot last name. And if I want to iterate it, so I can get Sikandar Rakib and John, two objects. Okay, and then I can comment it out. Now I'm going to show how I can use this interface into a function. If you write a function like function if I write like this, radius will be a number, and uh, console log math pi into radius a dot radius into a dot radius. That means uh, we are going to calculate the area of a circle, and we know the area of a circle is pi r square. So we're getting this constant value the value of pi from this math function, and the math pi properties. And you can see before that I'm saving it. Well, I need to create an object because that should be supplied. My figure is equal to shape will be circle, and radius will be, for example, 2, and I can call this function. So this is the reason why I need to create this variable. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I have created a function here, calc area, to calculate the area of a circle. Here I am declaring some parameter here and its type, and here I am calculating the result, and I am creating a variable by some object, and I am calling this function by passing this object as a parameter. And right now, if I create an interface for it, so what I'll do, I will create interface circle, and I need to declare radius as a number, and I need to mention my interface here instead of mentioning the object there. And yes, that's it. So I'm creating an interface named circle, and there I am declaring my radius as a number, and here in the function I am using that interface, and I'm creating an object and passing through the function, calling that function. And if I save it and call it, we are getting the same result. If I change this value to 3 and refresh it, we are getting this value. Well, this is the thing that we can use in our function, the interface we can use into our function. And the last thing that I want to mention, if I write interface point and if I write read only x number and read only y as number. And if I create a variable p1 mentioning the interface and assigning some value, x will be 8 and y will be 5. That means we are trying to locate some point in Cartesian position. We know we use x and y axis. Okay. Now, if I console log p1 dot x, so I will get the value 8. Now, if I do something, p1 dot x is equal to 5. So it is not allowing me to change it. So here the message is coming as cannot assign to x because it is a constant or read-only properties. So if I declare here as a read-only, so I cannot change the values here. So only I can assign the value when I am going to create that object, then I can assign the value. And once it will be assigned, I cannot change it later on. So this is the thing that we can use. And this is something works something like Enum, but not exactly the same. So we can use read-only or constant when we are using it on a variable. We can use variable. We can use variables use constant, whereas the properties use read-only values. So we can keep in this way. When we will use the properties value, then you can use read-only into the interface. Otherwise, when we'll use variable, then we can use constants. So I think this is enough for today's video. So hope this will be informative for you. If you have any question, please leave it into the comment. And thank you for watching.